Hi everyone, today is July 21st? Yes, 21st, 2023. I'm in room 302 at the Hilton Homes to Suite place in D'Iberville, and the GM just came in, and like my eyes are all red because Charlie Cat was having, he's been trying to get sick ever since we left Maryland. Virginia area. And so the GM came and woke me up and this morning, and she is super angry with me. And it's because of marketing stuff. Like, you know, at some point I think there's going to be a video about how Charlie leave that alone. When she was like, hey, you know, we found your stuff here, and like we all looked you up and blah blah blah, because like I was trying to do like strategic marketing and stuff, and she, you know, was nice about it. And she said, you know, we found these all over the hotel, and it was just my name and the date and stuff, because I thought it'd be like a little cutesy thing to do. And she asked if I had stuff anywhere else in the hotel, and I said no, I don't. You know, it's just that room, and it's just like a social marketing thing. And thinking outside the box and stuff like that. And so anyways, I completely forgot. I was talking to Isabel about permanent markers and, you know, graffiti and all this other stuff, and like I wrote my name on silverware and a permanent marker, and hold on guys. Okay, I'm back. Charlie smushed his finger. So, you know, permanent marker, silverware, meant to go back and clean it off with alcohol, needed to get some at the Dollar Tree, and I completely forgot about it. It was a little thing that Izzy and I were doing because she said that permanent markers were permanent, and it's like, you know, wrote on the silverware, was going to go to the Dollar Tree, get Isabel to see that like permanent marker stuff was not permanent. It was a thing. And was it a dumb thing? Yes. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Did I apologize profusely for it? Yes. I apologized. He's still grumpy. So I apologized profusely. I said, I'm sorry, I apologize. I completely forgot about that. You know, and she was like, oh, it's $100 worth of silverware, we're going to bill you for it if we can't get it off of here. And, you know, I told you that the hotel it was going to cost the hotel money if, you know, you left any type of signs of previous guest or anything, and the guest just checked out and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she's like, and it better not be in this room. And I was like, one, I told you that, like, the day that you came to me and asked and told, you know, talked to me about this stuff, I told you that I did it as a social marketing thing, and I didn't know that it was going to cost you guys any money. I have not done anything in this room at all. I completely forgot about the silverware when we had the conversation. You asked me if I did it anywhere else in the hotel. I said I had not. I haven't done it here. And, you know, this was a complete mistake. I completely forgot. Yes, I graffitied on silverware. I had the intent to remove it with alcohol, because permanent markers are not permanent if you use alcohol on them. Like, he's going back and forth. He doesn't know if he wants to be angry or not. And she was just super angry. And that's what happens with women, is like, you know, we're very nice. And unless you know, mess with our job, or you mess with our children, or you do something that's bad in their mind, you know. Come here, buddy. Come here. He's still upset about his finger. And so, you know, she's angry with me, and I'm angry with me because, you know, mistakes do happen, and it was dumb. And all I kept doing was saying, you know, I'm sorry, I apologize. And like, you know, the intent was not to be malicious or anything like that. And, you know, if you give me the silverware and you know, let me go to the Dollar Tree and get the alcohol, or Walmart or wherever, I don't care, like, I'll fix it, I'll clean it up. But in her mind, it's like I did this maliciously. Oh my goodness. And so I'm the old me would have just like written a really bad review about this whole thing, because like she did yell at me. She did come to my room, wake me up, wake my son up, and, you know, just blast me. But in her mind, she's defending, you know, the honor of the hotel and stuff. And the thing that is kind of frustrating for the honor of the hotel is that, like, while room 532 is fine, room 302 is not fine. Room 302 has a lot of issues going on. And, like, I told the maintenance guy, because the maintenance guy showed up, and, oh, buddy. And he was like, hey, there's water coming from downstairs through the ceiling, like a little bit of water. A guest told us about it or something. And so, you know, he's getting up and getting down. And so we want to check up here. And I was like, hey, you know, my GFCI keeps tripping. And like, and I feel like I told the GM that whenever I saw her about the social media stuff, where it's like, if it's a problem on their side, then it's a huge problem. But if it's a problem that the guest has, it's not as big of a problem. And my problem is that if I run this shower on hot for more than, you know, 10 minutes or so, the GFCI trips. And you can see the light switches, they spark. And that's a huge problem. I can show you up here. This is signs that this room is way too humid all the time, because all of that's rust. And currently this hotel room is going for like $224 a night or something. I just saw it because I had looked it up to see what the reviews were. So that's a sign of humidity issues. You know what else? This is a sign of humidity issues. And like the grout and the wallpaper is like, you see the wallpaper? How the wallpaper is trying to tell the story. It's like, hey, I can't adhere anymore because there's a water issue here. And then like you go down here and all this caulk. And like the maintenance guy was like, oh yeah, I'll caulk it another time. And it's like, okay, well, you know, I'm telling you. And I told the lady, the GM, like, the toilets both leak in both of these rooms. You don't have to take my word on it, but they do. Because if your toilet starts making noise whenever you're just sitting here and you're not using it, then like it's having an issue. Like there's a very specific sound that the toilet will make whenever it's like it's having water go into the tank. And like it's very, very frustrating. And Charlie's still upset. Come here, buddy. Come here. He's fighting a cold. We had to take a long soak. And that's the other thing. It's like, why are the hotels all getting under bathtubs? Because, like, if you have children, you need a tub. I don't understand why there's this huge thing right now to get rid of the bathtubs and turn them into, like, the shower things. Oh, and let's not forget the fact, you didn't even know this one. This one really made me mad, and I'm going to fix it. I have my toolbox up here. Come on, Charlie. Come on, buddy. Come on. You're going to fall if you keep trying to climb on that toilet. Hold on. Come on. Let's not forget the fact that my son got really almost hurt himself. Because we didn't break this, but look. That just popped off. Charlie went to open it, and he's a baby, and it just popped off. So I have to fix that. So, you know, getting mad at me over silverware, I completely understand. Ignoring me whenever I tell you there's major deficits with a hotel room and you're so worried about your next guest that's coming in. Well, your next guest that's coming in could have this door fall on their child and knock him in the head. The next guest that's coming in, are they going to have hot water? Because we didn't have hot water, which is why I made a video about how to do the hot water. And that's evidently a pretty big problem that they're having, because guess what? And I have like Charlie's alarm going off. Let me see, buddy. Because guess what? When Dad and Izzy got done in the pool, Like, because they were, well, Dad didn't get in the pool, but Izzy was in the pool. Izzy wanted to take a bath. Izzy had to take a cold bath because, again, the hotel didn't have hot water. And we've been here for, I don't even know how long we've been here. I don't know, but what was it? It was a few days ago. It's been twice that we've been out of hot water in this same room. So how is that not a quality control issue? And then the poor maintenance guy, there's one maintenance guy for this hotel. And they, you know, they have one maintenance guy at the hotel. They're making, you know, basically a little under or a little over $200 every time a guest is here. And they can't keep up with maintenance. The shower is leaking. The bathroom has humidity issues. One maintenance person, you have to wait for him to come all the way down from like McHenry or something, wherever that is. He's a super nice guy. I told him the same stuff about the toilet. I told him the stuff about the shower. I told him all the stuff, except for the thing about the door, because I don't want them to try to charge us for that. But I was like, hey. And he's like, you know, it's just me, and I try to get stuff done as fast as I can. That's a problem, because your hotel is being so gluttonous that, like, you don't care that you're working one guy into the ground. You should have a night maintenance person, and you should have a day maintenance person, because if you can charge all this money, then that's the other thing. The other thing they don't know about me is that I stayed down here a few years ago, or a couple years ago, I guess. And, like, I know that they have to do a whole upgrade in order to continue on with, you know, their Hilton status stuff, because they don't have smart TVs. And so that's something that, like, they're trying to say that they're cutting expenses for, is because they have to upgrade with the TVs and everything. Well, that's nice. But the problem is that, like, your last little receptionist person, which if I dig in my phone enough, I know I have her number somewhere, like, you guys are under contract, or supposedly you're under contract, or you were under contract with people over printer ink. So I was here for like over a month, and I couldn't use the printer, and was about to buy a couple $100 worth of toner to be able to print stuff, because a courtesy service that you offer, I couldn't get it. I couldn't use it. And this is a place where people are supposed to be able to work and, you know, have a home away from home. And so for the entirety of that time that I was here, the printer would not work because it didn't have sufficient ink. And then I was about to spend a couple $100 on toner because I was doing a bunch of stuff for Daddy Cat Dog Shop. And, like, yeah, that's off-label use, but it was a courtesy that I was supposed to be extended because I was a guest here. And that lady that worked at the front desk, which I don't see her anymore, which means we're not able to retain her. She was talking about how, you know, how crappy the people are to staff and stuff. And, like, if you're not looking out for your little guys that are working underneath you, like, that's a big problem. Because, like, I understand that everyone's replaceable, but it should be that, like, you care enough about your staff, just like you care about your guests, to be able to try to have a good relationship with them. And the other thing that, like, I understood during COVID times was that, like, you had to request room service. No, they're still barely keeping anyone on for house cleaning and stuff like that because they don't have to pay people. And so we are sitting here in a fairly dirty room, which would be way more dirty with the baby and everything if Isabel wasn't the person that would, like, come around and, like, sweep up the messes and stuff, because you have to request the cleaning services. But it's perfectly fine for them to come and knock at your door and say, hey, we have to rotate the mattresses every 3 months. And so, like, you know, we're going to come back in a little bit because we need to rotate your mattress. So you care about, like, certain standards, but then you don't care about the standards of your guest taking a steamy shower and then not being able to see and possibly slip and everything else, which is a liability concern. Or, like, maybe, just maybe, timing is just right and that GFCI flips on. They go to try to turn the GFCI back on because it has a reset button, and they get electrocuted from the arc, or they at least get shocked by the arc of the light switches. And the premature failure that's going to happen because of the rust that's starting up with the fixtures in the bathroom. Like, I get it. but I don't at the same time. And I'm pretty annoyed and frustrated. Like, I'm proud of her for being able to go from, like, very nice lady to very yelly lady because she's defending, her livelihood. I totally get it. I am frustrated by the, lack of honest mistakes and stuff like that, and the lack of care whenever I did honestly apologize to her. I even used different words. It's like, maybe she doesn't get it. I was like, I apologize. And then I was like, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about it. I honestly I threw in everything I could. And she just was like angry, 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 angry. And she would not stop. And so maybe, she's really stressed out because maybe she realizes that whoever owns this hotel is, has got them over by a barrel. And so, like, she's going to get yelled at if, one of my little pieces of marketing stuff. But here's the thing. Again, no hot water. No hot water again. Light switches having issues. GFCI having major issues. Door trying to harm my son. Rust on the fixture, rust on the door frame, caulk lines and stuff. Clearly it's impacting another guest downstairs because water's coming down, and recaulking. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're paying a couple $100 a night, give or take, you expect the room to be good. I don't, because, like, my standards for rooms and stuff is like, I don't want bed bugs. I don't want bed bugs. I stay in cheap places, and that's just what I do. Because I care not. Like, it's just somewhere to sleep really quick and then get right back to life. But, yeah, D'Iberville Homes to Suites place. I'm going to talk to Husband Cat and see what he has to say, because he's like a special diamond whatever person. And, like, the last lady that was here was like, we have a diamond member. And I guess that's extended to me because that's how she referred to me. She was like, we have a diamond member taking baths in a tote because, like, she can't take showers. Like, this is ridiculous. And the GM didn't care. She told me that the GM didn't care. And, like, Husband Cat made a point to make sure that, like, I had a tub available to me. And, maybe I should, like, interview that lady and find out what the problems are here. Because what are these problems? And clearly, like, there's a bunch of military. I can clearly see that they're military people. There's hardworking people. There's families. Like, there's a lot of people in this parking lot. And, like, they stay here because they want to have quality. And, like, quality is not happening. At least not in room like 302. 532 is fine. 302 is not. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Husband Cat about it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.